Welcome,
I
everybody,
don't.
to Team Talk
Okay,
2.0.
that's better.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, that's better.
My
Kind
headphones
of
are
raspy,
connected.
but yeah.
Oh, well, that might just be me. But anyway, welcome to Team Talk 2.0, everybody. And tonight, what else could we possibly be talking about except Spider-Man Brand New Day, which hits theaters tonight, here in just a couple hours, actually. Or is it even a midnight showing? I don't know.
I guess it is. All the premieres have happened already, so
Yeah, so we haven't seen it yet because
no, we haven't.
well, because we're normies still. We don't get invited to things like that yet.
Right.
But
That's
if
for like high-profile people.
yeah, but if all you lazy fucks subscribe, then
Maybe
maybe
we'll
we'll
get
get there.
there.
But anyway, so
Okay.
Alexander, I'm given to understand that you have you're aware of some spoilers. I'm aware of nothing other than what's been in the trailer.
I've seen a couple of clips. I've never been scared about spoilers. I've never minded in the past knowing stuff about like plot twists about movies or anything before seeing them because that era is gone. I mean, let's be honest. The era where you went to the movies to watch a movie that nobody, maybe just a handful of people had seen, and then you'd be like truly surprised, that's over. I mean, just the propagation of information makes that impossible. So,
It certainly makes it much more difficult. But when you're because I'm blessed with the fact that I'm old enough, I'm young enough to be able to use the internet, but I'm old enough to remember what it was like without the internet. And we're joined by Justin, our special
Spider.
guest, Spider-Man.
hey,
I'm here. I'm here to talk about Spider-Man. Hello.
He does whatever spiders can and blockbusters can.
I've heard that a hero may save us.
Well, I'm gonna have to stand here and wait
probably.
because I'm not gonna see it till Tuesday. But we're gonna do Justin and I are gonna do a review of it on Wednesday on Average Intelligence. So stay tuned. But for now, we're speculating.
Yeah, I've definitely like landmine fucking avoidance. Every time I see the word Spider-Man in a post, I'm like da 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 because the internet fucking sucks.
Oh, Julius, do you mean the movie was a 10 out of 10 or the podcast is a 10 out of 10?
Can't it be both?
It theoretically could be, but I'm frankly I'm not that much. I'm an optimist, but I'm not that much of an optimist. Pretty sure you're talking about Spider-Man, but so I'm for my part, I'm cautiously optimistic because I have learned that particularly with the Tom Holland Spider-Man, I have to wait. I have to stand there and wait and let it reveal to me what. Oh, he said the movie was 10 out of 10. So I believe it. I
Excellent.
Probably.
my
I've
own
heard good things.
Yeah, my only fear is that there's too much going on. But to Justin's point, we had a conversation. He's like, "Yeah, but that's Spider-Man." Except that the worst Spider-Man film ever made suffers from too much going on. But now I'm starting to think it may be less of too much going on and more of all this crap, all this shit came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I
it's all over the top
I
on
I
that
I,
one.
I, I sort of think it maybe is because I had that same feeling of the Across the Spider-Verse, and I like that movie. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's a feature, not a bug of of those movies.
Well, no, I mean
Yeah, we like to be confused. Yeah.
well, but I mean, okay. So what I'm pointing at is because yeah, that's a good point because Spider Verse is all over the place, but it's a weird thing to say, but if you've seen those movies, you'll understand this. It's all over the place, but none of it comes out of left field. I mean, it
Yeah.
does in the moment, but it's I don't. Okay, now I can't put my finger. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a clusterfuck of awful.
I mean, yes, it is. I just
It's really
watched it,
bad.
so and
Really, really bad.
yeah, it's an hour. It's about 2 hours of a good movie to an hour and 45 minutes of a good movie, and then it with just slopped on with crap that makes it a bad movie in the pursuit of setting up other movies that nobody wanted anyway.
Oh no,
Like that's what
I wanted them, but not after that
really you wanted a Sinister Six movie?
with Andrew Garfield.
Maybe.
No, no, no. Sans Andrew Garfield. It's just a Sinister Six movie.
Oh
That's what they
hell
were
no.
building to with the basement of secret basements.
Oh no,
Uh,
they were trying to establish the Sony verse along because they had that deleted scene with Vulture and
Well, they had a
Right.
leaked
And
a bunch
That
of
was
leaked
Scorpio.
that was
emails.
Morbius. I'm sorry, that was at the end of Morbius.
Yeah, there was a leak email which said they were working on an Amazing Spider-Man 3,
Right.
3 and 4. There was the Sinister Six and a Aunt May movie where she's a spy for some reason. And
Oh,
yeah, and
so
they
that
never
just
ended
that
up.
Well,
just that just became Madam Web, and we all know what happened with that.
I don't know what it became.
yeah.
Who would have thought Dakota Johnson would be in a comic book movie and not know what the fuck was going on?
I think she's a great actress for one thing.
Yeah, but
I
but
mean,
but not. But that's not.
I have to push back on that because I've yet to see her in a thing that I thought was good. So
she's
I
really
just
likable.
To
I
be
mean, I
fair,
mean,
Justin, you're talking you're talking about Madam Web and 50 Shades of Grey.
yeah,
right,
maybe
right.
this
That's
was
like
such a
three
bad
three
yeah, that's a
movies
valid
she's been
point.
in. Yeah.
Like,
But I
oh
mean,
my
she's a
god.
fine actress. I mean, but to the movies, to the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, I think they fumbled the opportunity that they were going for a more in-depth look at the story of his
Mhm.
parents and the
Mhm.
relationship they had outside of being just dead. And they didn't really pursue that. They didn't really pursue that
I'm,
part of
s-
the.
I'm sorry, I just love your joke of just being dead.
Well,
Yeah, because think about it, like in the Spider-Man comics and it's in the
not
entirety of
wrong.
Spider-Man's lore, their parents are non-existent.
They wanted
You
to
you you have more.
they wanted to undisneyfy Peter Parker's parents. It's like, oh, they wanted it to be more than, oh, they're just dead. Although the only good thing about introducing his mother and particularly his father is the fact that his dad's name is Richard Parker, and the actor who plays the owner of it's not Oscorp, the main the Indian guy who's not really a villain but he's kind of a villain.
Right. In the
The
Venom
first
movie,
one.
you're talking
No,
about
in the Amazing Spider-Man.
right right, the guy that works at the lab that
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
catches her,
yeah.
right?
So he is the same actor that plays Adult Pi in Life of Pi, where his compatriot is a
Uh,
tiger named Richard Parker.
Really?
that
That's
is,
actually really
yeah.
So
funny.
so the same actor says Richard Parker multiple times in two different movies,
That's
completely unrelated.
see my for some reason my dad has seen
Nice.
Life of Pi, and I remember when we went to see the second one, he asked if there was going to be a tiger in it, and I couldn't figure out what he was talking about. He was like,
That's
"Cause
it.
in the Life of Pi, because it's called Richard Parker," and I was like, "You've seen Life of Pi?"
Life of Pi is a
Jordan does that to me
fantastic
some.
movie.
Yeah, but you haven't met my dad.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, you were saying you were surprised that your dad has seen Life
Yeah,
of
I'm
Pi.
surprised my dad has seen it. It's yeah, exactly. George just said it's not in his wheelhouse. It's
Is
not.
is Life of Pi? Is it an M Night Shyamalan movie?
No.
No,
It's it's not. I'm thinking
no.
about
Yeah,
something
you're
else.
thinking of something
Okay.
else. Yeah, no, it's
What are
not.
you
It's not.
thinking about?
Although
No,
to be fair,
I failed there.
Life of Pi does have a hell of a twist.
I've
Okay.
heard it's good.
It's very
It's on
good.
my list of it's funny. It's one of those like when I'm making lists. It's come across my, for lack of a better term, desk a couple times of me going,
It
maybe.
no, it will. It has an interesting. I'm not going to say like it's like life changing. Although for some people it could be. It's got a very interesting take on religion. It's got a very interesting take on
Interesting.
religion.
That's good.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
But
Yeah,
the
and it does it in a way that's not heavy handed and hits you over the head, and I appreciate that.
oh, interesting. But the as for the Amazing Spider-Man parents thing, the
Yeah.
parents being a thing, a lot of that stuff does back in the day, and it is dumb. I hate the parent stuff, but like that doesn't come out of nowhere. That is a storyline in the comics where you find out
Yeah.
that Peter's parents are spies. And there's a
Right.
whole they do it, and there's a series of episodes in the animated series where they do a take on it where yeah, there's a whole they're framed by the chameleon for being Russian spies
Right.
because it came out in the 80s. That's where all that
Yeah.
crap comes from, and it was a
That
people
actually,
hate it.
that story, the build up to that story. I mean, that was just before the Clone Saga. Actually,
Yeah,
I
it was.
remember that the climax of that chameleon story, because he built like these androids that were like copies of his parents, and it drove Peter
Yes,
mad, and,
yes,
and,
yes,
and
it
he
did.
went mad for a while. He went into Ravencroft Institute like Cold Killer and Psycho, and he
Well,
was broken.
wasn't there a
Yeah.
deleted scene from, or it was supposed to be like a surprise ending of Amazing Spider-Man 2 where like his dad comes up to him?
Yes, where the dad's
Probably.
alive and he says that with great power comes great responsibility line.
Because I mean that's a good idea. I think they were so into mashing up that storyline with like making Amazing Spider-Man like the ultimate Spider-Man movie version, that they kind of
Yeah.
mashed it together so much that it just made no sense in the end.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of great ideas in that franchise. Like I stand by. There's a lot. It's not all bad.
I
A
mean,
lot of
she's
it's bad.
awesome. Emma Stone, she's awesome. I don't know if she's Gwen Stacy, to be honest. But
Yeah.
Dennis Leary, he's great in George Stacy's role as George Stacy. He's a great actor. And sadly, it's not enough having like an ensemble of talented actors. Sometimes
no.
it is enough, but not always.
So
I
sometimes a great ensemble can save a horrible script, but sometimes the script is so bad that
see
Yeah.
it has a lot of the problems that Spider-Man 3 has, where it's like if you stripped away it to just it's Peter Parker versus Electro, and it's weird because that movie that has lines that suggest that there are it has lines that suggest that there's one more scene that was in the script where he fought Electro, because Spider-Man says in that movie that he keeps frying my webs. That line doesn't make any sense because Peter's only fought him once. So how can he
All right.
keep frying his web shooters if he's only fought him once? So
It's
that
a mess of
line,
it's a
an
mess of a
editing job.
movie. It's a
yeah,
mess of a movie.
yeah,
But
exactly.
we're not talking about that because we might get another Amazing Spider-Man film. We'll see. It depends on how well the new Tom Holland trilogy
The
does.
multiverse will allow it. The multiverse will
Oh,
allow it.
I mean, I'd
I
watch it.
wasn't,
I'm not
I
gonna lie,
wasn't
I'd
into
watch
it.
it.
I wasn't into it until No Way Home, where Andrew Garfield came back, and that made me go back to this. And I'm like, he's this is a thing I'm discovering this week because I'm awash in some Andrew Garfield. I watched Hacksaw Ridge, and he's so effortlessly charismatic.
Hmm.
Like
He is
it is the. He's like I also watched the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, bad movie, but he's like the
amazing.
best thing.
Oh, okay.
Really,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah. No,
movie?
no, no, no. It's not what it should be. It's not what it should be. It's a
I
tragic moment in cinema. What?
I give you
A
I mean,
that. I
tragic
give you
moment
t-
in
that.
t-
cinema.
Terry Gilliam, Terry Gilliam, of course, made it work in the end to release a quality product, but we all know that it didn't live up to its potential because of what happened to Heath Ledger. But
Yeah. I
the
am interested to
concept of
see.
the movie, dude.
Yeah, okay, no, conceptually, I have
Yeah,
no issues with it conceptually. It's all in
right.
execution. I just,
I understand. I
I
understand.
just, I just, in 2009, I can't get behind Heath Ledger wanting to do a 15-year-old. I just can't get behind. It's too present day. If this movie
Yeah,
was like in
yeah.
the 80s, I'd be like, okay,
Right, because
maybe.
she's
I
supposed to
mean,
be like turning of age, like
I, I
16,
mean,
right?
I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal, sure, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when he's Jude Law, I'm like, but there's just too many scenes of her being like, I turned 16. That's the age of consent. Yum. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Terry Gilliam, what's wrong
Well,
with you, man?
you know what I always try and do when I watch that movie is I try to ignore the new scenes, like the filler scenes. As much as I like those guys, I just try to ignore that part and imagine what it would be with it.
But visually, it's
Of
a
course, dude.
fascinating
The
movie.
whole
I'm just,
concept of the monks singing reality into being. I mean, dude,
yeah, yeah.
that's amazing, dude. That's
But the Andrew Garfield, he's very charismatic. Like he's effortlessly
very,
charismatic, and
very, very.
yeah,
I didn't realize that until like
you
recently.
Excellent actor. I wouldn't mind seeing him again in any
no, because
Spider-Man.
see,
Right?
like his character in No Way Home, I'm like that's the Andrew Garfield movie I want to see because he can pull it off. That's something
Right?
he can do. And furthermore, speaking of Andrew Garfield, Justin, if you haven't already, and you're talking about movies with excellent cast, um, you still need to watch Silence.
Yeah, Silence. Remind me which one that one was again.
That
It's
is the
probably on
one
my
Is that
list.
with the
it's
priest?
yeah, the priests that go to Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the really awful sounding one?
No, no, it's
I
so
don't know.
good.
Okay, I think I know the one you're talking about. It's probably on my. It's on my. I have a list.
It's
I have a
it,
list. It's
it's
definitely
Andrew
on it.
Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, Liam Neeson, the guy who played Raiden in the new Mortal Kombat movies,
Oh,
but he's actually good in this.
oh, interesting.
And then there's a lot of
Interesting.
and then they get this one Japanese guy to play like the local government official who is just the slimiest piece of shit, and even his voice reflects it. And you're just like, God, I want to stab you in the face, but man, this actor is pulling it off. And that's
That's
why,
Yeah,
that's a lot of talent in a project. That's it. It just
that
it
is.
flows. It flows effortlessly.
yeah. And then the guy,
Yeah.
I wish I could remember his name. The guy who plays Kichijiro. He's
I'm bad at it. I'm bad at foreign names.
well,
No,
I just don't know him. Like I've only seen him in this
Um,
movie.
uh, I
right.
It's one of those ones that's on. It's on my list of things I have to watch.
Yeah, no, it's exceptional. And
Speaking of which, which movies do you think we should be watching? Because I wanted to mention this about Brand New Day. Brand New Day is a franchise inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I
Yeah.
believe, if I remember correctly, it's only the second franchise to achieve a part four in the
Yeah.
whole MCU,
Uh,
following Thor in Love and Thunder.
Captain America.
well,
Well, like, it
that's
depends on if you count Captain America, because technically speaking, there's 4 Captain America movies.
Oh, okay, we got Captain America: Brave New World. Okay, so I was
Yeah.
mistaken. This is the third time it happens.
If you
It's the
if
third
you
time it happens.
if you consider it,
I would.
then yes,
It is
technically,
a
yeah.
continuation of the Captain America. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as the
so we're
preceding three parts, but
it's got to be it's got to have the name of the person in the title to be considered
it
part of
does.
the
It does have
sequence.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So,
That seems like a fair standard, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no. I
but
mean,
it's not
especially
an easy.
in an interconnected universe that
Right.
has to be the because if you want to get technical with it, any ensemble film is kind of part of the Avengers, but you're right, that doesn't
Yeah.
qualify because
Yeah, maybe the Avengers. The Avengers movies count as a franchise themselves. You
they
know,
do, they
they
do,
Yeah,
do.
they do.
technically, yeah,
But
yeah.
They
like
I
connect
but
to each other.
the interconnected universe is troublesome because Peter Parker as Spider-Man is also in Civil War
yeah.
and
Right. He's had more than four appearances.
Yeah,
right,
More
a
than
and
lot
I
of
four.
his character work happens in other. So like we talked about this when Jake was on Spur of the Moment, but like that I saw a video of a person who went to the premiere where she said that she was like, "Oh, you could watch those movies in a vacuum," and I'm like, I don't know. No, I don't think you can.
I think you can in the sense that like you'll have questions, but it presents everything you need to know. Like because in the beginning of Homecoming, it goes through and they do it in kind of a clever way, and I didn't really appreciate it until after No Way Home because I was real iffy about the Tom Holland Spider-Man because I was in the Iron Man Junior Iron Boy camp. He's just
I'm
Iron
there.
Okay.
Boy.
It's too. Yeah, I know. I can't. He's too tech heavy. I can't stand his
But
Yeah,
but
association with.
they definitely rushed Spider-Man into the MCU. I mean, not rushed in a bad way, but they had to take the chance. They had to
but
act
you know what?
expeditiously.
I get it though because like it was funny. I wish I could remember the name of the channel. It wasn't anything official, but he made a good point. He was like the reason this Spider-Man works. This Spider-Man works for two reasons. This Spider-Man being Tom Holland is one. He was introduced in a way that we've never seen before, so we didn't have the whole like origin fatigue because by this point
Yeah,
everybody
See,
knows.
everybody knows
but it's
what
funny you
happened.
say that because you get people nowadays who won't stop bitching that they haven't done Uncle Ben with Tom Holland. But I'm like, but Uncle Ben was there from the beginning, and the whole point of the Tom Holland Spider-Man was that we
Fair
didn't
point.
fuck with we didn't need to do the origin again. Like
But
that was
that's a
the
fair point,
whole
Justin.
point.
Even if we don't want to revisit or retrace his origin, we still would love to see it happen, even if
I
it's just like a flashback.
Well, we
see
did though.
that's
We got so what they did was
We got it from Aunt May. We got
yeah,
it from her.
no, and here's the thing. That's one of my favorite scenes in that movie
but
because
also
it's so well done.
but Uncle Ben has been there. Like number one, his suitcase, and I think the second one is Uncle Ben's suitcase.
Yeah.
Number two, in the first one,
Right.
he says after
Yeah.
everything that happened last year, she's extra paranoid, referencing him there. And number three, he says in Civil War, he's like, when you don't do the things that you can do, bad stuff happens. I'm paraphrasing, but it's
Yeah.
something to that effect. And that's a very
Like-
loose reference to Uncle Ben. Like he's been
Right,
present.
right.
You just have to have media
Yeah,
literacy.
maybe we just like to meet him. I mean, we want to keep Marvel honest that they're gonna follow up with what we want and not leave it open so they can change it later and be like, oh, he got the advice from an illegal immigrant. If James Gunn did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, so
He heard it from someone.
well, but so here's another interesting point that video made is that I don't really buy that this Peter Parker would like we know Uncle Ben got killed, but I don't buy that this Peter Parker would have been as directly involved. Like, I don't think this Peter would have let a guy go by because this Peter's so nice and polite.
Bro,
And
right, but that's a we need him to. We need him to be that guy. We need him
Yeah.
to make that
well,
mistake for
no,
the
no,
fortune and fame.
no.
But I would argue that the movie again, his first appearance in Civil War, that's why it irritated me when the Russo brothers were like, no, Uncle Ben doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That moment that you're talking about, the letting the robber go, he references that. Like he makes an allusion
He has
to it.
to. He has to, man, because
Yeah, about how he
he
did
has
use his
to.
powers responsibly.
Well, but maybe, but I'm
Bro,
saying is that this Tom Holland Spider-Man, it could have more so come from a place of fear rather than
I think
Jake,
vengeance.
do you think you would accept if they made the revelation in the MCU that Peter actually didn't live through that?
What
Didn't
do you
live through
mean?
the guilt of
No, no, no. The
he
guilt, but
didn't.
the guilt comes from a different
Oh,
place.
he would have let him go just not by being a selfish prick. Is that your
Yes,
point?
but because he's afraid, or he could feel like it's not. Which I mean, this wouldn't work because the entire first movie is him trying to be more involved. But like when he first gets his powers, he could still be very scared and freaking out.
to be
Like,
to your point, Jake, I think part of the
Bro.
problem with the Tom Holland Spider-Man generally is that the Russo brothers Spider-Man and the John Watts Spider-Man are two different characters.
yeah,
Like they're just written different.
Agreed.
And there
yeah,
isn't
that's true.
MCU problem. There's no consistency. They're not picking up the
Agreed.
phone and
Agreed.
calling each other.
It's a tall order, though. It's a hard job to do it if you want to do it your way.
Yeah,
If you have confidence in your project, you can't really rely that much on the other guy's conception of the
I
Well,
think
of
the
the of the
character should
material.
stand on its own. Like the actor should, and that's why I'm looking forward to the new one because Tom Holland did come in and start to advocate for this character in like a major way. He's like a major writing and producing partner on this new one, and
I
he's
have high
really
hopes for this movie. I haven't watched it. I watched a lot of the promotional images and things,
I'm up
but
here.
I have high hopes. I hope it doesn't suck, especially because I just watched Supergirl the other day, and it's really bad.
I hear it's
So
bad.
I don't know
is.
how does DC keep screwing this up?
I've heard it's
It's an
got the
agenda.
worst needle drop in the history of
Yeah,
needle drops, which
it's
really says
ridiculous.
something.
Are they
Nothing
like
makes sense in that movie.
Is Warner Brothers trying to unload DC onto Disney? Like, real talk.
I don't
No,
know.
it's definitely it's an agenda. Sadly, movies have such power in the world. They have so much power in influencing how people think. Because when you involve emotions into shaping the worldview of people, emotions are a very potent tool, and movies do that, and all kinds of media and entertainment do that.
Well,
So
I
it's an
mean, yeah,
agenda, unfortunately.
that's like how James Gunn is obviously pro-Palestine. You can tell by
Dude,
watching
I love
Superman.
James Gunn, bro. I love that guy. I think his Guardians movies are awesome. I think the other things he's been involved with are good. I think he's great. I think he's in the middle of an agenda that
Yeah,
he can't get off of
and I
because you have to combat certain points of view. You know,
yeah.
you can't let the bigots
But I
win.
mean, geez, don't be so heavy-handed. And I want to clarify. I'm not saying it, like
Oh yeah,
it's not wrong. It's not wrong to be pro-Palestine, but to be so obvious in a fictional
it's so
movie,
on the nose.
like
It's laughable. It's
See,
laughable.
I'm the kind of guy who like I don't my sets and my standards. Jordan gets on my case about this all the time. I have a different standard for this kind of stuff. I have a different standard of what I want this to be. And what I want this to be is the '90s cartoon. Like at the end of the day, that's all I want this to be.
which it looks like
And-
is exactly what it's going to be.
Right, and that's
Of
what it
course,
looks
they
like.
should
I'm
go
very
that
happy
way.
about
They
that.
should go the campy way. They should add a little camp into the current superhero
yeah.
genre.
A little,
I
but
completely agree.
here's the thing. This is why I've really come around to the Tom Holland Spider-Man because he can deliver as an actor, and No Way Home. I mean, you saw it in Far From Home because
Definitely.
he can play the betrayal angle from Mysterio, and that worked really well. But
Yeah.
in No Way Home, it really like that's
See,
when he really was able to bring it.
I'm really bored by that though. I'm bored by like I saw someone say this in a movie where it was like Spider-Man comics are like one tragic thing happens to him once every 10 years. And the movies are like five tragic things happen to him in 5 minutes. And I'm just not really all that into that anymore. Like that's why my favorite I think the best Spider-Man movie is Homecoming because I think it is sufficiently low stakes. I think all
I
of
mean,
the Spider-Man
that's
movies
fair. but you
They're all
still
way too high
you
stakes
still
for
you
what
still
Spider-Man is.
you still get some emotional moments though. Like my favorite scene in Homecoming is when the buildings crashed around him and he can't like
That's a classic
he doesn't
scene.
have the suit, right?
I think a good
That's
Spider-Man story definitely
classic of
rides that
Spider.
line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
But what I'm hoping this movie becomes, because I still want to see a story where Ned Leeds becomes the Hobgoblin because of what
Oh yeah.
happened, because of what
of
happened in
course.
No Way Home. I want to see Peter have to fight his best friend, but his best friend doesn't know that they were best
I just
friends.
wish it was happening in the next movie. I
No, but
don't
here's the I don't that's not happening in this movie. I don't think,
know.
because I want it to set. I want that to be
It's not.
I want
It's
that
not.
to be the climax of the third movie of this trilogy. But
Yeah.
this movie gets you your camp. This is why it could be really good. This gets you your like 90 series camp and starts to reestablish Peter in the world he had, because this movie presents an opportunity for him to save slash meet MJ and Ned so he can be friends with them again, but with that constant thought in his head of he knows everything and they have no idea.
I don't love how much they're in this movie. That's
Well,
just my
but it's not like their memories are
off of
back
it.
though. That's the thing.
Yeah, they're coming back by the end of it. There's no way they're not.
No,
There's
see,
no way they're
I don't
not.
think they are. If they did,
Yeah, I
that'd be
mean,
real weak sauce.
maybe he tells them again.
Well,
Maybe
no,
he confesses
see,
again.
here was my idea. So he somehow is able to save or reconnect with MJ. The how is not really important, but of course Peter doesn't come out and tell her, because that would be, first of all, she wouldn't believe him. But let's not forget, this MJ's pretty smart. She figured out who Spider-Man was all on her own, and she knew for a while, and then just kind of dropped it in Far From Home. So he could, like, at one point Peter's gonna slip, and then she's gonna be like, "Wait, what?" But
And
but this MJ isn't gonna like freak out because she's too smart for that. She's gonna think, and eventually they already planted the seed for this because she still has her scar that she got at the Statue of Liberty.
Also, the bad guy is a mind
uh,
whammying bad guy. So like,
yeah,
if look, I would be totally with you if they were in this less. Like if it was what I wanted, which was a single scene and a walking cameo, then I'd be like, but there's a sequence that's in the trailers where he goes to save. Like, there's no way. Hey, I'm hoping you're right and I'm wrong, but just I don't like that they're in this. I
so
really don't like that they're.
this is my problem with the whole Peter revealing he first making his identity public, and then making the world forget about him. This is my problem about this. So the whole the public knowing who he is comes from the end of Civil War, or like in the middle of Civil War in the comics, where Tony Stark convinces Peter to reveal his identity to the world, and so they trust him more, and he turns people more to his side in the Civil War. And the whole thing about people forgetting something, or like this deal with the devil that we saw in No Way Home, and I have to disclose myself right now to the people. I don't like No Way Home. I don't like that movie. I don't think it's good. I pretty much wouldn't want to watch it anymore because I think it's a mess of a movie. And the thing that they did there, they replaced the whole the whole thing in the comics that is very hated by the fans. The One More Day storyline, where
Yeah.
Mephisto erases Peter's history with MJ as a pact, as a deal with the devil. They switched that in the movies with Doctor Strange making people forget, because they already did the identity thing with Far From Home.
Yeah.
So now that lands us here, where in Brand New Day, people knew who Peter was. He was Spider-Man. Then they forgot about it because of a spell, and that seems to be the status quo for Spider-Man for the long run right now,
For now.
where they reversed it, right? So who did it better? Did the comics do better? Did the movies do it better? My personal belief is that the comics did it good, and the movies not so much. So I'm pretty sure
Valid.
Tom and Zendaya are awesome actors, and they can play their parts. Like, they can really get into the whole I don't know who you are, but somehow I know you because I love you, which is, I guess, a nice moment in the movie. I hope. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be that moment like that in the movie.
Well, because
But
I wanted it to be I wanted it to end up being kind of like a vow thing where I don't want MJ or Ned to ever get their memories back. I don't want that to happen.
Oh,
I want Peter
yeah.
to have to re Peter has to earn that relationship back from a new perspective.
technically Ned Leeds dies in the comics. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, I know, and I know
In
there's
a
some.
gnarly way, in a gnarly
Yeah,
way,
I know,
in a, like a
and there's some.
convoluted story,
Yeah, and there's some convolution with the identity of Hobgoblin, but Ned Leeds was
which is
Hobgoblin.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
That
Hobgoblin.
aspect
Yeah,
of Hobgoblin is that mystery of who he was. That's so cool, dude.
well, yeah, and
yeah.
I again, I want the so I'm going to finish my idea, and then Justin, I'm going to give you a chance to tell the folks where they can see more of your show. But so
Mhm.
my convoluted idea for this trilogy is so we have the MJ thing already, and I want it to be a moment where MJ is like Peter screws up and lets something slip that like only somebody who has intimate knowledge of her life would know, and then MJ's like, wait a minute, like we've known each other for like a month or less. Like, what's going on? And then she's like, because she's her character's been established this way, she's not freaking out. She's putting shit together because now things are starting to flare up. And then she's like, wait a minute, you could only know that if blah 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 blah, but you and I've never met before. What's going on? And then Peter tells her, it's like, okay, the truth is because there has to be some moment where it's like, well, like I'll never lie to you, and Peter has to now own up to it, which is a very Peter Parker thing because historically throughout the comics and iterations, of course he's lied to people to keep them safe, and then there's always like Amazing Spider-Man, he lies to Gwen, and then Gwen's like, I don't need, or Amazing Spider-Man 2 rather, but
Sorry. Let me finish. I was going to say, let me propose a counter proposal to you
okay,
after
yeah,
you're done.
let me finish this. So Peter tells her, and then she's like, but then it's like, okay, this sounds like some psycho shit, but and then she can be like, okay, where'd I get this scar? Because I don't remember getting this scar. And Peter's like, I know exactly how you got that scar. You got it at the Statue of Liberty when we were fighting the blah 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 with the other Spider-Man. And she's like, how do you know that? And he's like, because I caught you, or except he didn't catch it because I rescued you, or because the other spider, whatever happened, I don't remember verbatim what happened, but he knows.
The other guy saved you.
Yeah, the other
Yeah, the other guy saved you.
because
Peter G
Spider-Man.
saved you.
No, they get have fun with it. It can be like because Spider-Man
He
saved
got
you.
his save.
No, you should be like
Yeah.
because Spider-Man saved you. Wait, you saved me? No. It's another. It's a thing. It's
The whole
another.
thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But and then Ned could become Hobgoblin through some kind of handler, like maybe Kingpin or someone like that who's controlling him, whether it's delusion or mind control or something. And then there's a moment when they're fighting, and Peter, some like I don't know if he calls him by name or what, but like again from Ned's perspective, this is someone he's never met before outside of combat. Peter figures out who he is, and then in a moment of desperation, like Hobgoblin's got him, and then he's just like Ned, and then that's just enough for Peter to take advantage of the moment. And
Yeah, because he's so confused.
gets him out of a jam, and then Kingpin starts to reinforce that, like, see, he's messing with you, he's getting inside your head, you're weak, you're dumb, like, come on, you gotta shape up. And then Ned, like, yeah, it affects him, but then in the back of him he's like, no, only somebody who knows me would know that, and it's messing with them. So then, and it can go either way. I'd be happy when where eventually Ned either, like, let's say Ned lives and he ends up choosing Peter over Kingpin, or you could have that be what results in his end. Like, it depends on what direction you want to go.
I mean, whichever way they do it, they have to tie Hobgoblin into taking up the Green Goblin's mantle
yeah,
after having like a change of mind about Peter, right, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we gotta. I don't know. This could be. I mean, the MCU is different. So the Goblin we do.
MCU is very
he could,
different.
we could sort of meld ideas, and he could not necessarily be the Hobgoblin. He could be this universe's version of the Green Goblin. See, my counterpoint was he breaks up with MJ. They part ways, and we never see her in one of these movies again because I hate her.
It's funny. To be fair,
do us a favor.
To be fair, I didn't like her at all until No Way Home.
I never liked her.
Oh god, I hate her so much in Homecoming.
Something happened in the way because
worst.
remember how in Homecoming they were selling us Laura Harrigan
Yeah.
as Peter's love interest for the
were.
foreseeable future, and then something happened and it was Zendaya, and then she's all over the place. And
She's not MJ until the end. She's Michelle Jones until the end, where she's, oh, my friends call me MJ.
Right.
And then the
Right.
second movie decides that she's gonna be the MJ. And so they retcon it out of nowhere that he's madly in love with her, even though they weren't remotely a thing in the first movie. There was
This is
no
true.
remotely
Yeah,
romantic, any
he was
hints towards any
chasing the
romantic.
other girl the whole and that
Exactly.
is that Liz? Is that Liz Allen? Is
Yeah,
that
it's Liz
that is
Allen.
Liz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So she somehow maybe should get involved with Ned's with Robert Battalion Jacob Battalion's
oh,
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
character,
that would be
right? Because
interesting.
That
That
would
would
be
be
interesting.
interesting.
But
yeah, that'd be
it's
great that
funny.
they bring him back.
It's wild that they're the one Spider-Man couple that managed to stay together because I don't think they have any chemistry. Like none. It's
Oh no,
incredible how they have
that's not true.
no chemistry. Oh man,
I
no,
have no complaints about her. I mean, there's actresses I just can't stand to watch, but Zendaya's not one of them. I mean, at least there's some movies that you can watch with them that you really enjoy their performance. I mean, I
like
don't know.
her.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think
No,
she's funny.
I couldn't stand her MJ in Homecoming. I was like,
I-
why? And even in the second one, I'm like, why is Peter interested in her? She's awful.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
You have to be very very careful in when you're playing the obnoxious know-it-all character, right?
Yeah.
Like MJ is in the movies.
I don't.
But you
I
have
would
to know how to do it.
I would have preferred it that they remained friends. I think that relationship would have been much more interesting, and it would have been at least a little subversive. The fact that they wind up a couple is so obvious, and I never liked them as a couple. I've hated it since the second movie, and I hated it in the third one.
I want to clarify. Tom Holland and Zendaya as a couple is adorable, but yeah.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hilarious. There's some
I
really
guess.
funny
I
bits.
guess.
Oh,
where,
it's funny.
Yeah,
I got bamboozled by the internet, uh, in regards to them. Like I felt really stupid because there was some bullshit article saying that Zendaya cheated on Tom and got pregnant, and I was like, I was in hook, line, and sinker, and I was like,
Really?
I can't believe her. And then I think I said it to Haley, and she's like, what? No, that's not
They
a thing.
don't
Relationship
seem to
is
be that
kind of an
kind of
enigma.
So that's why it took me so off guard. I'm like, but they were
Yeah.
like they seemed fine.
They seem to be really nice in
Yeah.
IRL. But I mean, there's so much responsibility in taking up these characters, man. I mean, the fans will love them.
Well, with great power comes great responsibility.
Of course, you
Yeah.
can't fumble on those kind of things, you know, especially in the sentimental things about these characters.
Well,
I love Tom Holland because he doesn't recognize irony. Like there's a really funny bit. There's a really funny interview where they were asking him about like what's it like to keep all these secrets. He's like, man, it's such a burden to keep all these secrets. You know, it's such a weight on you. And I'm like, are you not seeing the do you man, if only I played a character that had to do this, right? Like, are you not seeing it? Are you not hearing it? Like, it was really funny. He's really funny.
Sometimes it can be. But speaking of really funny, Justin, tell the folks here on Two Talk who don't know who you are about your really funny show that you do. Well, the other really funny show that you do,
Oh,
because you
thank
do
you.
a couple
Thank
of really
you.
funny
You
shows.
flatter. I do a couple of really fun shows. Yes, I do the Spur of the Moment podcast. It's me and my co-host, the incomparable Jordan. Every Sunday we take a journey. Sometimes we yell at each other, sometimes we don't. Where we talk about movie news. We do that for way too long, and then we take a topic. So this week it's guys who look like or sound like Spider-Man. And we
Oddly specific.
and so we got stuff that stars Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and we pull it apart and we do gaffes and jokes about it. This week there's going to be some gaffes about how upsetting the Dictionary of Dr. Parnassus was for me, and then or how much I liked Hacksaw Ridge. I really liked Hacksaw Ridge.
It's good, isn't it?
And sometimes we try to take serious topics and do jokes about them, and Jordan's always like, "Stop that." And yeah, we try to provide something of. In some cases, we try to learn something so that we can teach stuff to people. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. That's pretty. Well, we eat nasty shit on the internet when we hit subscriber counts. That's always funny. Last time
It
was
is.
ginger shots. Ooh.
It's some dance monkey territory. I need to
But,
bring back a subscriber gimmick. The last one I did, I got chopped in the chest, and that was totally worth it.
I like there. I ate a spicy. The spicy pepper was the moment I pulled back on it. But
Yeah,
that
it's
was
time to stop. Once
Oh.
you mess with the chilas, you gotta stop.
It was like a Thai. Oh, it was bad. It was like afterwards. I was like, oh, I should have.
Yeah.
But as we talked about, it's funny because we talked about on the spur of the moment about Jake Gyllenhaal in No Way Home. No Way Home, Far From Home,
Far
and
From
How
Home.
He Is a
Far
Treasure.
From Home.
And
I
then I
just
Back.
watched.
Yeah, I just love to
Great
share the
actor.
story that the first time I watched Far From Home was in Spanish.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Sounds nasty, dude.
Is he still Mysterio in Spanish? Mysterio.
Misterio.
Mysterio.
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 That's funny. But I watched Brothers. That was also a good movie. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire.
Oh, really
Yeah,
good.
that's a
Yeah.
mind bender.
Those are all like type
It's
like
really good.
class A actors. I
Well,
mean, they're
I wanna
all.
watch the original because apparently it's based. I think it's based on a Swedish film.
It is.
Yeah.
I went to download it, and the first one it said it was in 2004, and I was like, this feels wrong. I started to watch it, and it wasn't in English, and I went, this is based on something. I love how the Jake Gyllenhaal character and the Tobey Maguire character have inverse character arcs.
Yeah.
Like it's really brilliantly
They do
done.
that.
Well,
Oh, that's cool.
I just want to watch the yelling scene in Swedish because I'm going to giggle like a small child.
Wait, where he destroys the kitchen? Yeah,
Bästa
yeah.
fröken, din fröken!
You know what I did for you to get back here? A lot.
It also
know what
stars,
I've done?
It's Natalie Portman, right?
Yeah,
Stars
she's
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Because I talked a lot of shit about Tobey Maguire, so it's like I feel like he has to be good in something, right? I,
He is. He is good. He is good.
I don't like his Spider-Man. I've discovered this. I grew up on his Spider-Man. See, so for me, Spider-Man, I have different standards for Spider-Man movies. So like my very low standard is that he talks in the costume, and I just don't feel like that Tobey Maguire does that. Like the one thing I will give Tom Holland compared to, and for me, it was like a scale, a sliding scale of like Andrew Garfield was the same way, where Andrew Garfield loved being in the costume. Like, there's a really funny video of him playing basketball with some kids in the costume.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Tom Holland. He's not afraid to wear the costume. Tobey Maguire was chicken shit to wear the costume. Half the time, you could tell he's not wearing it, and it's just voiceover. And just like Jake said this, and I've always said it. It's one of those moments of me and Jake serendipity of like Spider-Man and Peter Parker are different characters, and like the movies don't do, and this is a criticism of all the movies, they don't do a great job of doing, like, there's never been a Spider-Man movie that has nailed Spider-Man as a character, a Spider-Man, not Peter Parker, because everyone's
Right.
always so fixated on like, oh, Peter Parker's sad and his girlfriend dumped him and they broke up a billion times. Like, if I had to watch him and Emma Stone make goo-goo eyes at each other for one more scene, I was gonna do something violent. Like, I just want to see him punch a guy. Like, more
But do
in
you
these movies than he
are you separating the characters? Are you saying Spider-Man is one character and Peter Parker? Are you saying it as a good thing or a bad thing?
as a good thing. I've always seen it that way.
Yeah.
Of like, of Spider-Man is a separate entity from like
Yeah.
in terms of when he wears the mask. That's a different character. That's a
Well,
different
yeah,
state
it's
of.
well, and it's interesting because Spider-Man's well, I'm not sure about every iteration, but Spider-Man, his genesis is somewhat at least tertiarily related to professional wrestling, which in particular, lucha
Yes.
libre. I mean, that's every
Definitely
luchador
is.
I've ever heard talk about it is like when I put on the mask, you know,
It changes me.
Yeah.
It liberates
Yes.
me.
yeah,
Yes.
It does.
because you are a
And
different
then
person.
he becomes this wisecracking, confident, acrobatic. You can't touch me. I'm super strong being. That he's
Mhm.
so strong and he's so good that he comes off as jokey.
Yeah.
You
And
you you need
Justin
to
points-
believe that the person under the mask is the same person who's out of the mask. And with Tobey Maguire, you don't believe that. It's just a CGI puppet that does flips and shit, and it's really
Probably, yeah, an animatronic from Universal
pretty well, yeah. Like to me, the
with a voice
best.
box.
The reason
Ironically enough, you know the character that does that in the Spider-Man franchise? Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
Oh, nice, yeah.
It's true. Yeah,
He's
it's true.
even when he's got the goblin thing going on without the costume, he's different when he's got the mask on.
Yes, exactly. Like I love how you can see his eyes through the mask in the first movie, because you're like, yeah, you could tell that
Yeah.
that's William Dafoe in the costume. And that
He's
does
to your point,
Good old
Will-
deranged.
and to your point, Willem Dafoe also seemed to be having a lot of fun in that costume.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much the
Yeah.
mask, but
the mask is great though. I love the
it is.
Great
I love
actor.
the mask. Hey, I always liked the mask because I think not to say that a rubber mask can't be done, but like I prefer the helmet style. It makes more sense.
I didn't like the metallic goblin. I didn't like that.
See, I
But
like
I
it
mean,
didn't make
those
sense
guys
in the
they were
context of the
they were
story, but
experimenting. Yeah. It's like a whole different look. It's like an early 2000s edgy. But I mean, they were experimenting, right? Sam Raimi,
Yes.
when he was making those movies, he was trying to see what sticks and what didn't. I
Yeah.
mean, he went with the organic webbing, which is just revolting to say the least.
I don't like. I've never liked organic
Bro,
if
webbing.
you're
it
gonna
takes
Never.
do
away
organic
from.
webbing, it needs to come out of his ass.
You gotta at least be accurate
It's-
about it.
yeah.
But no, it takes away from his genius so much, man. We gotta remember.
Well, but this
Yes.
Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is not a genius. He's kind of an idiot.
He's kind of a scientist himself, right?
He's a science cheat. He's a social idiot. He's the science genius. But yes,
No, he's
I
Yeah.
not.
agree.
What
It does.
name one scientific thing Tobey Maguire does in any of those
Oh,
movies?
you mean Toby? So I thought you meant
Toby.
Spider-Man generally.
Yeah, good
No, no,
point.
Oh,
oh no,
Toby,
no.
no. No, he's well, other than in No Way Home, where it tries to convince you that he's a scientist out of nowhere.
Except
I
Oh,
he's
mean, to
not.
be, he's a
he
science major, I
understands.
guess.
He
technically.
understands Otto Octavius's notes in
Yeah.
part.
If you
But that the
understand
Raimi movies are so many. To be fair, it's this all in hindsight, right? But a lot of that movie is just telling you and not showing you. Like it's telling you that Peter is these things. It's telling you that Spider,
Yeah.
but it doesn't show you. Like there's a lot of like them being like, man, Spider-Man's like anytime J. Jonah James like Spider-Man's such a menace, and you see all this Spider-Man shit happening off camera. Like in the third one, where like you see the black suit shit happen all in a montage, and I'm like, to me,
Yeah.
movie that understands Spider-Man as a character the most, as of yet, is still Homecoming. Because to me, the moment that gets Spider-Man, there's two moments in that movie that get Spider-Man more than anyone. It's when he's robbing the bank and he's like, "You're not the real Avengers." That's I can tell Hulk gives it away.
That's
That is a
nice.
Spider-Man peak Spider-Man moment that none of the Raimi movies have. And then the other one is when he's in the vault and he's talking to Karen. He's just hanging out. He's just wearing the costume. There's very few moments where Tobey Maguire just hangs
Yeah.
out wearing the costume. I never get the feeling that he likes being Spider-Man, which, to be fair, is part of his version of the character. I won't take that away from him, but it makes him a lesser Spider-Man for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, so much was at stake at the moment for the team that made those movies. So
You're not
they
wrong.
really didn't have a right footing on things, right? They had
Oh
to.
yeah,
And I
this
mean,
was
Sam Raimi, he's a genius, dude. I mean, Sam Raimi. I just watched The Evil Dead like a couple of days ago. Sam Raimi is such a genius. He's such a master of cinematography and camera movement and getting reactions from his actors. I mean, it obviously helped that he had Bruce Campbell doing the starring role in The Evil Dead, right? And he's got more charisma than everybody put together. But I mean, you do have to be a top-notch filmmaker to grab a property like Spider-Man in the early 2000s and make it work for a trilogy.
when they were afraid of superhero movies because less and I don't get me wrong, I love X-Men 2000, but you could
Product
were-
of his time, baby.
well sure, but the thing of it is like you have to remember this was a time where superhero movies did not do well, so they did everything they could to make it not a superhero movie but still be
Dude, they
Yeah.
were emulating the Matrix
yeah,
when they adapted.
black leather, and they even make a joke.
They had to.
They make a joke.
They
It's like,
had
what would you prefer, yellow spandex?
Uh,
And yeah, because I guarantee you, if you had cobalt blue Cyclops, yellow costume Wolverine, first of all, wouldn't
Yeah.
have made any sense in the context of the film because they're like a special ops team in that one. And Wolverine
Yeah.
having a yellow outfit would make zero sense with him being introduced as a
No.
Would have
character.
been ridiculous.
That wasn't the movie. That movie's theme was, what if the X-Men were real? You gotta remember
Yeah.
that's coming off the back
Yeah.
of X-Men, like the
Well,
animated
it worked.
series.
It worked wonderfully. It worked so well that some of the comic books adopted that look in New X-Men with the Grant Morrison run
Yeah,
That-
and
that's
yeah.
true.
Joss Whedon run, because it really worked. It
Yeah.
really worked as a mature look at the X-Men, like what you said, like the high concept of what if the X-Men were real. I mean,
My-
you got Patrick Stewart, you got Sir Ian McKellen doing phenomenal jobs.
I was gonna say, if Ian McKellen's in a movie, I will watch it and love it. And I
There's no
still,
reason they're doing it till they're 90.
well, he's still
Phenomenal jobs. Yeah.
he's still my favorite Magneto, and this is coming from someone who likes Michael Fassbender's Magneto.
Oh,
He's great. He's awesome, dude. In First
I-
Class.
I
Bro.
love I do love OG Magneto, but I don't know. I really like Michael Fassbender in that
Oh
role.
no, like I'm not
I
taking anything
really
away,
like
and
it.
especially since he's following Ian McKellen, bravo.
Also, I just don't like Bryan Singer. There's that first movie. There was too much. You want to make it in Hollywood, don't you? Happening behind the scenes. So he. Do you know how many like that is a known factoid
Uh,
about that movie that he was like, you want to be an X-Men? This is how you get to be an X-Men. That happened. So
Yeah,
like
yeah, except which, and I can appreciate, and this is a Patrick Stewart compliment as well, but like I love it when serious actors can take a role like Magneto that is, I mean, it's silly on its face. It's a human magnet at the end of the
add
day,
grandioseness to it.
but real grandiose. Like he's not chewing.
Yeah.
I mean, he is chewing the scenery, but not in a way that like it's a way that make in a way that
in a
makes sense for.
credible way. In like
Yeah,
that guy
Yeah.
would act like that for sure.
he
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
The
would.
guy with the magnetic powers, and you know,
As someone who grew up with
he
the
would be floating.
'90s Magneto, it definitely made me go, wait, maybe he's got a point.
Yeah,
Magneto in the '90s was such a tyrant and
Yeah.
such a powerful force
but
Yeah.
again, a
Yeah.
tyrant that
all
had
through
a
the
point.
decade.
Yeah. You're like, if he's got a point,
You know what?
humans do
Speaking
suck.
about phenomenal bad guys in Marvel movies, you know who's one of the best bad guys in Marvel movies? Killmonger in Black
Yes,
Panther.
I was
He's the
Bro,
kind
rooting,
of
dude. At one point, I was rooting for him.
that's how you know he's a good bad
wait,
guy because
dude, he spends the whole movie complaining about white people and how he wants the weapons to kill white people because black people were being oppressed, and
But
that's such a played out theme. But he makes it so
you, but
good. He makes it
you know why
so
it
well.
works. You know why it works. It's because that's not really his problem.
Yeah, that's like
His
his
that's his cover problem. His problem is the fact that his dad got kicked out, and by virtue of that, he got
right.
kicked out. That's his
It's his
problem.
trauma. It's his childhood trauma that fuels his hatred for the world,
Well, but
dude. Because Michael B. Jordan is a great actor. That's why it works.
he
He
is.
understands what
he
he's
is.
doing.
He's so good. But okay, so I have a bit of a social theory, and I love it when movies reinforce it because it's good storytelling because there's a hint of truth to it. I think that the true root of all evil in the world, both in fiction and in the real world, is some kind of resentment or envy. Some kind.
Very much.
Point to me any tyrant, and I can point out
Yeah. No. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it always stems from some because like okay let's take a Lenin, Vladimir Lenin. A lot of people were like, well, no, he wanted social change. He was like, no, he was pissed because the Tsar's government killed his brother.
It's the pain that makes you move.
I mean
Of course.
he didn't start revolutionary activity until after his brother's
Right,
death.
until he got involved emotionally.
Yeah,
I mean,
The
the guy
the
from
pain that
Germany
you
got
feel.
rejected from art school. Yeah, this does make sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that
but
that makes you
real
fly off the
talk,
handle.
that's real. That's real. And the thing is, there's always a moment where someone can make a decision. Like, not to talk about him, but like I've seen his paintings. They're fine, but they're not
Yeah,
great.
No one will
he wasn't
remember
great
that guy,
art-
the
art-
painter.
He was great at talking
No,
to the masses. So we could give him that.
but here's the thing: he could have made a decision and been like, okay,
Great narrator.
I'm gonna work and hone my craft or pivot because maybe this isn't my thing, but maybe in a less anti-Semitic, hateful way.
Well, I don't have what it takes to do this, so I'm just gonna take my strengths and convince a bunch of people of that what I'm saying is true.
But it came from a place
And
of
if you wanna,
resentment.
if we're talking about villains with a motive, certainly had one, right?
Yeah, now see what's interesting though is I would say like sure Magneto comes from a place of trauma, but I believe him when he says it's not just about him. Like it is because he's lived it twice. So it's a
Yeah, but
warped sense of
mix
justice and prevention, but it's from a real place.
and it's a little bit of superiority as well.
Sure.
Because Magneto, right? He knows who he is, and he knows what the mutants represent for human evolution. He knows that they're just another step in it. They're not the pinnacle of human evolution. They're just another step in it. So he thinks in his mind, rightfully, that he must take his place, like all mutants must take their place as rulers of the world.
Sure, and I
If
think
any,
what?
sorry, go ahead, Jed.
No, I didn't even have the point finished out. I was
Oh,
still thinking out loud.
I was just gonna say, like any supremacist what Magneto believes is very extreme, but Professor X, by contrast, the notion of assimilation and just blending in,
Oh, yeah.
also has its own.
That's the beautiful dichotomy between them.
Yeah,
They have the same goal with different methods, and Xavier is so powerful and so wise and so smart that he sees the solution. He sees the other part of the solution, where
yeah,
we all take our place in the future.
yeah,
Yeah, well, that struggle between them, that's brotherhood.
Well, but I love
That's
the
yeah.
the
fact
brotherhood.
I love the fact that their struggle, like Magneto would absolutely not tolerate someone taking out Charles Xavier. He would. That's
I
Not at
not a
all.
mean,
thing. That's not a thing. Like
He
it's
would stop it with all his might.
yeah. Well, and it's one of those things where it's like he, from the bottom of his heart, he wants Charles to just get out of his way.
that's true. I mean,
Just
when they come
lay down and
together,
let me do this.
Just like
they,
if he, I think there have been several points in various mediums where he basically comes to him and says, like, "Look, Charles, I get it. If you're not down with this, that's fine. Just stand aside. Like, you don't even have to join me. Just get out of my way because I don't want to
I'm
hurt
not
you."
even gonna push you out. I'm not gonna do anything to you. I'm not gonna hurt you. I know who you are and I love you. Just
Yeah.
stop it.
but
Stop it with
also,
interfering with my plans.
also when they agree though, they form one of the greatest supervillains of all time, Onslaught, which I've heard tale might be showing up in a certain cartoon show.
Ooh.
Bro, it's very pro, and I would love to see a real real life onslaught, dude. That would kick so much ass. That storyline. Just
Here's
watching
a
them all.
so you guys are not down with any spoilers from the like you guys know nothing.
I don't know anything no.
Who do you guys think Sadie Sink is?
Oh,
Uh,
I know who she is.
is she
I
Black
know
Cat?
who she is.
I have
No,
no
she's not.
I have no idea who she is. There's
She's
the
not.
internet is pretty convinced of who she is. I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it. If it's right, I don't want to say it in case it's
I don't
right.
know if we should say it, but the most likely thing that people are saying is that's the one. It's not some obscure character.
Interesting, because I I thought I was pretty convinced it was going to be it,
Uh,
but then again,
oh,
it
I hope not.
I think
well
it's
here's the
a
thing.
brilliant
I,
casting choice.
I
for
feel
her.
like that's too much.
Here's the
I don't
thing.
mind the casting choice, but I feel like that's too much in the Spider-Man movie.
Marvel has never done the really obvious thing. Like this is like if you were down with the shows, this is like to me like a Mephisto thing, or like everyone thought Reed Richards was going to show up on WandaVision thing, where I think there's a chance of it. It's too on the nose and too obvious. There is a character in the comics called Typhoid Mary, who same deal, red hair, mind controls just like this character does. So there's a chance that it could be that, and
It's a sea
these
lister.
yeah, and that they've elevated to be because I just don't think a Spider-Man movie is a place to do
No, it's
that.
also if you think no, it is because they're following a theme. Like remember, Spider-Man made his debut in the MCU in a Captain America movie, and you
Oh, that's
might
a good
ask
point.
yourself, what's the Spider-Man doing in an Avengers movie, right? In like in a Civil War, but that's how they did it. And now they're following through with what they're doing now. They're setting up the future with a
Well,
character from a new,
and
you know.
and to be fair, they do live in New York. I mean,
Of course,
True,
of course. And I mean, they already
true.
tried it with the Miss Marvel series. They
They
already
did,
tried it
yeah.
last
well,
episode.
and not only that, aren't there like we saw Professor X in
Oh,
the
right.
Avengers.
Yeah, in the
He's
multiverse of
technically,
madness.
yeah, he's
No,
technically
no,
in
no,
the. See, I
no.
like.
He's in the trailer for the new Avengers movie,
Yes, it
Oh,
is
yeah.
and so is Magneto and Ian
the
McKellen
Yeah, yeah.
Magneto.
the
Oh,
theory
yeah.
is that again, I don't want to spoil because I know Jake watches X-Men '97, so I don't want to spoil
I
season
haven't
two.
watched any of season 2 yet.
But
Yeah.
there's a
It's
theory, and this to be fair, this came out after the last season, so this isn't a spoiler for season 2. But there was a theory that the X-Men that show up in Doomsday are the X-Men from X-Men '97
I mean, that
Oh,
would make
really?
sense.
because they're all dressed. Because Mystique is dressed like the '90s Mystique, so is Cyclops.
Hey, yeah, and Rebecca Romaine's back.
Yeah, Rebecca Romaine. I'm
They
no
dropped.
one
They
will
dropped. They
dampen my
dropped.
excitement
They
for
dropped. They dropped Jennifer Lawrence like a good decision.
that. They
They
did,
do
yeah.
kind of look like the '97 version. Yeah, yeah. They They could have both, right? They could have done both.
I mean, they
They
could
just
have,
didn't.
but I listen. Like I listen. I don't like to shit on anyone, but if I never saw a Jennifer Lawrence movie again, I'd be fine with that.
I think she's cool. I think
I
she
like
was
Jennifer.
cool. The last
I
movie
like
she
Why?
Jennifer
made.
Lawrence.
Why?
Oh,
Remember the
and
last one she made? Did you
In
watch that?
anything?
The one where she takes out the guy, like the boy,
I hate that movie. I hate that. I got just so many
Oh,
arguments.
They're
I
really
hate that.
funny. Both of them.
It's funny. It pissed me off really badly that they didn't wind up together in the end. Sorry, spoiler alert for the end of that
no, I
movie.
do.
It
I
pissed
do.
me.
Ariana Grande's impression of Jennifer Lawrence is one of the funniest things because
That is funny.
it's so. I'm just like a normal person. I don't care.
Yeah.
Or and she's
Tell
like,
me
well,
about
I'm sorry, but when you say something like that, you in the Hunger Game in reference to Hunger Games, like there haven't been any female action stars. I'm like,
Excuse
Oh,
excuse
me.
me?
she did say that, right? She did say that.
She
Yeah.
It's
did
like
say that.
there's a derivative film trilogy of your film trilogy that stars a female action protagonist. So shut up.
Right?
What an ignorant, pedantic, and egotistical thing to say when you're a successful actor. Saying that there's no franchises like mine. That sounds like Trump, dude. Like I'm the best. Like I'm the first time in.
Yeah.
There have been no female action stars as good
Ever
as me.
in Korean movies. Yeah, sure. Sure, you're the
It's
first. Okay, whatever.
I'm
Yeah.
acting indignant, but truly I've hated like almost every single one of her movies. So like, what am I doing? What are we doing here, Jake?
Join
What
the
am I doing?
club. Join the club.
I saw Passengers. It made me want to. I hated that movie so
See,
bad.
Passengers could have been such a great movie than it was if
Yeah.
if God, what's his? Why am I blanking on his name? I know his
Chris
name.
Pratt.
If
Chris
Chris Pratt had had something other than a piece of wood to act against,
Right.
That movie is
And I'm
is
not talking about the
Stockholm
robot.
syndrome. Stockholm
yeah,
syndrome. The movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Learn to love
like,
your movie.
but Chris Pratt's scenes, Chris Chris Pratt has more chemistry with an empty ship than he has with Jennifer
I
Lawrence.
don't know.
You're not a bartender than he does
I,
with her.
I maintain that movie is pretty anti AI in the sense that it completely shows you what ChatGPT. It's pretty anti ChatGPT where it's like I should wake her up. No, yeah, you should wake her up. No, I shouldn't wake her up. That's awful. No, you're right. You definitely shouldn't wake her
You're
up.
right.
No, I should wake her up. I should. No, you're right. You should absolutely wake her up. Martin,
You're
she's the only good character in that movie.
Yeah, but going a little back to the Spider-Man, specifically to Brand New Day and spoilers. I know we're not spoiling anything, but how about all the new heroes joining the movie, like Punisher and Hulk? Where do they fit in your
That's why I'm
anticipation?
afraid. That's why I'm afraid that it's gonna be it's gonna be a complete. Although everyone's saying it's good, but my fear, like in the first trailer, I saw Punisher, I saw Bruce Banner, and I saw
Yeah.
I almost said the
No,
foot, I saw the
this
hand.
is a mild spoiler, but you also have a White Widow in it, Yelena. She's also in the scene.
Oh, for
Yeah, I've heard.
sake.
I did hear. What's okay? Here's the problem with internet discourse when it comes to Marvel shit. It's hard to tell what's real and what's fake, and what is a fake scoop and a real scoop. So sometimes you see stuff and you're like, is this a thing or is this just an internet thing? Like, so it's hard. So I did hear that. So I'm still not 100% on whether or not she is or not.
I pretty much go by what I find in Wikipedia. That's almost always the right
Has
in its information.
I didn't watch. I hadn't watched Thunderbolts. Has Florence Pugh lost her accent yet, like Wanda, or is she still rocking the Russian?
Still rocking the accent.
It comes and goes.
It comes and goes.
That's the not Defenders. You just said the name Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts actually a good movie.
I've heard. I haven't seen it, but
I like it. I mean, it has its flaws, but I mean, those guys
David,
did
I will watch 100 movies with Red Guardian in it. With just Red Guardian. With just David Harbour as Red Guardian. Red Guardian is
Really?
the best thing in the MCU right now.
even Black Widow.
I like Black Widow. He's the best part of that movie.
Dude, that movie sucks so
I
bad.
know it does. It's really bad, but he's the best part in it.
Yeah, he certainly pulled it off in Thunderbolts. He didn't become annoying, and he's on point on the character.
He's having a
Like
great time, and it's infectious.
he loves his daughter. He's always yelling, and
Yeah.
he loves the Avengers. He loves the new Avengers. So that
It's definitely one of those movies where like, where was Spider-Man during this? That does happen at kind of a couple points in it, but yeah, it's one of the better ones.
yeah, it's not
I
that.
quite liked it.
I mean, there's certainly worse movies than that. Like for example, like the Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantum Mania. That's a mess of a movie.
Yeah.
That's really funny that he's in Avengers Doomsday and Paul Rudd's sitting there like, hey, what happened to that guy that we thought was coming back?
You know
Oh,
what?
he laid hands on a lady, so he's not coming back.
Paul Rudd is so good that they might actually do something like
I'm
that.
really hoping they do.
There's definitely, it may not be in the movie. There's definitely a scene where he ad libs it. It
I have a
exists.
Yeah,
theory.
yeah. Like, hey, what happened to that guy? He doesn't like a dread or something.
I
Yeah.
have a theory that they recast. I have a theory that they recast, and some variation of Kang will show up for them to address it. That's why they're being so coy
Well,
about it.
they can pull a Negan. I don't know if you guys watch The Walking Dead, but like I forget what season it is, but the end season reveal is the guy's like, I'm Negan, and it turns out it's not Negan because all of Negan's followers say I am Negan.
Eh,
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, it's a multiverse thing. He's got to.
Well, no, I
Yeah,
mean that's your thing. It's like just make that a bit. It's like I am
yeah,
Kang because we're all Kang.
yeah. Well, yeah. They've also established that variants can look different, so it's
Yeah.
not really.
well, they were actually doing a good job introducing Kang into the MCU in the Loki series. That was his best appearance of all.
Yeah, but as
Yeah.
Justin always says, I don't want to have to do homework to watch a movie in the theater.
Ah, but that show's good though.
Okay, but case in point, Deadpool and Wolverine. I didn't watch Loki, but they tell me everything I need to know about the TVA for the movie to make sense.
Yeah, I completely agree. That movie works on its own.
Yeah.
And I didn't absolutely love the Deadpool and Wolverine.
But I
I
think that
did.
also, I also think that's valid though. I've seen a lot of very valid criticisms of that movie where I'm like, no, that's completely valid. That's a valid.
Okay, but how okay, like as this is going to sound very funny and then we'll get into closing thoughts about Spider-Man before we go, but like I understand how dumb this sounds coming from me who overanalyzes every movie and TV show that I watch, but I walked into Deadpool and Wolverine knowing that this was going to be a farce, so it doesn't matter. It
I
doesn't
saw
have to make sense.
I saw a lot of people complain about it and like they were being weirdly overly critical of it in a way that made me go,
I'm like, you do
what
understand there's the credit sequence is
what do
him
you want?
dancing, literally dancing to In Sync and making phallic jokes.
That's
Right?
great. I mean, that's not even my pet peeve about the movie. What I don't like about the movie in concrete is that it's not our Wolverine. It's
Yeah,
just a
no,
random guy from a random universe,
I'm fine with it.
and I'm not to that. I wanted to see the guy from Days of Future Past, dude.
Maybe.
That's the Wolverine. That's the guy I want to watch. The guy
Well,
that revealed his
would you have preferred comic accurate Wolverine?
like Short King Wolverine or the Cavill Wheel.
Oh, the
I they,
I
cavalry. That was a
rumor,
great bit.
rumors prop up that he's gonna come back. Like there's been a few rumors that have popped up that have
really, if someone in heaven is listening to me now and the DCU actually breaks out as a good universe, what I would kill to see is to see the Justice League, the Zack Snyder cast as the Crime Syndicate in the DCU. That would be big.
Ooh,
That would
I'm
be
actually
big
into that.
to do that. If they get Henry
You
Cavill,
could give Ultraman to Cavill.
bro, I'm gonna faint if I see that.
See,
They're not.
I still want Henry Cavill to come into the MCU as Hyperion.
That'd be awesome too. I thought he was gonna be Sentry for a while before
Yeah,
they announced Louis Pullman as Sentry. I thought they were gonna go with Henry Cavill.
Sentry, like his backstory is just too convoluted. I like Hyperion because he's just Superman. Like he's just straight up, he's just Superman.
Exactly. If they don't do the Crime Syndicate, but they do the Squadron Supreme, I would be just as pleased to watch that.
That's a good idea.
I read the Squadron Supreme, the one by Mark Grunwald, and I loved that story, man. Such a great comic.
I know that James Gunn wants to use Henry Cavill for something, and I just that's a great idea. That is a great idea. I do like that.
I mean, they could always do. It's not Red Sun. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Injustice.
That's
Yeah,
his
true.
super. Oh, Injustice. I don't think I'd care to see that. It's
Well, I
spied
mean,
out.
it could get you Cavill and the other guy in the same.
I mean, they could always do Crisis on Earth 3 or something like
I
that.
mean, yeah,
Or
yeah,
like,
they could do any of the number of multiverse crossovers, but
I
uh,
mean, just like a nice Easter egg, as a fan, to watch people that were in these movies like 15, 20 years ago and reprise, like adopt these facsimile of the characters.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm a fan.
Like
But
that.
but speaking of multiverses, so final thoughts and expectations of Brand New Day.
My expectations are here. Like they're high. Like I'm going in, I'm like, I just there I don't know of a universe where I'm not gonna be like, this is probably the best Spider-Man movie. It's gonna have to do a lot to fuck up in the third act. Like it's gonna have to
Until
fuck up hard.
until the next one.
Till the next one, yeah.
I think the
I just
next
think
one's gonna hit hard, dude.
I don't know. Like Tom Holland, he's coming up on like the best Spider-Man in the sense that he's just the guy who he really understands the character.
Well,
With Andrew Garfield at a close second, like
well
it's not just
he already has the most movies, so he
this
wins.
is true. He does win. He's the first Spider-Man to get 4 movies.
Right.
Well, and
More than four.
technically, yeah, technically
Like-
he's got more, but
I
Well,
would
Endgame doesn't count.
well,
Maybe
no,
not,
because
right?
he's barely in Endgame. But yeah, I would count
Yeah.
Infinity War.
He plays the scene where Tony dies, so yeah, it counts. It counts.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's true.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
sorry, in terms of acting in Infinity War, when Spider-Man disappears, just
Have you guys read just real quick? Have you guys read Spider-Man Reign? Are you familiar with Spider-Man Reign?
I know
Um,
that if you haven't read it.
are you familiar? Are you familiar with the Dark Knight Returns?
yes.
It's basically Dark Knight Returns, but with Spider-Man. Spider-Man comes back to being Spider-Man, and he's old and he beats up criminals or whatever. And it's notoriously famous because it's the one where Peter Parker kills MJ with his radioactive sperm. He gives her cancer. And so if I refer to Spider-Man Reign, that's what I'm referring to. But I wouldn't mind seeing a version of Spider-Man 4, bring back Sam Raimi, bring back Tobey Maguire, older Spider-Man, and do a version of Spider-Man Reign where it's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's been retired, him and MJ are broke up, and he's a sad sack again, and he's got to come back to being Spider-Man. I would watch a version of
Or you could get Jake Johnson to do it.
that. I would also watch that.
Yeah, I mean, we still need our Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond, right? We're
See, I would have much preferred that than
They
what
were
they
gonna make
did.
it.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
make
Something like that. The Flash movie, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they were gonna
They
make
did
it,
it.
and
They
then
did it in the Flash movie, and then they shit the bed in multiple.
Yeah,
And
then they
I
were gonna make an
finally,
actual one.
just now, I realized who I would cast as Terry McGinnis.
Who? To Andrew Garfield.
Damn. Okay, that's option one. That's a good option.
Andrew Garfield would be a great Terry
No,
McGinnis.
oh my God, have either of you guys? He's been in other stuff, and I can't remember his name. Have you guys? Has anybody watched 13 Reasons Why?
Yes, unfortunately, I have.
The,
That movie is my 13th reason why.
What's his name?
show I
Zach.
The main guy?
No, that's Clay. God, no, I would never make him Terry McGinnis. He's such a wimp. No, he's the Asian kid with like the surfer comb over.
Oh, right. He was Reggie on Riverdale.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
yeah. Spitting
The original
Image.
Reggie on Riverdale.
Yeah, he could pull it off.
He totally could. He's just kind of I would watch it. I'd watch it.
That or Andrew Garfield, just because he's that good. But
I mean, Andrew Garfield could do mostly anything.
dude, Andrew Garfield could play Wonder Woman. That's how good he is.
That is how good he is, and you believe he was a woman
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
until he shaved his legs, and then you'd be like, "Whoa, those are some hairy legs." Amazon's no shave.
Hey, he's an Amazon man.
They don't shave.
They don't shave.
They don't shave. And
One of
you
them
don't
has a
question it. One of them has a beard, exactly. You don't question it because they could crush you with their thighs like your head was a watermelon. I'm sorry, I'll stop. Promise.
So my final thoughts on Brand New Day, right? I also have high hopes for the movie. I want it to be good. I don't want it to suck like I don't know. I'm pretty sure we didn't realize at the time when Phase 2 of the MCU was going on before before Infinity War and Endgame, even before Civil War. I'm not sure we at the time we thought like, oh, this is over, the MCU is dead. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't remember. But then we got that surprise, that big surprise of like the best movies in some of the best movies in history. I, I have high hopes for this. I don't know it's gonna quite. I don't know if it's gonna quite hit like that. I think the inclusion of so many characters in the movie might be a problem in giving them enough exposure in the movie. But seeing Spider-Man in somewhat of a street level movie hasn't been done in the recent.
No,
Yeah, he's been to space.
I am. That's the thing. Is bitch, you fit in space. It's just like his movies have become too high stakes, and I like that we've. I love Dustin. I love the director. Like I really like Shang-Chi. I think the bus fight on in Shang-Chi is one of the best hand-to-hand combat fights in the MCU. So if he even brings a fraction of that energy to Spider-Man, I was excited when they announced him. I'm excited now. I really hope that this allows him to do some real heavy action stuff because I like his. He's a
And he's also very into the group of people. Daniel Destin Cretton is also very into the group of people that are shaping the MCU right now. So
I
that maybe gives him leverage in adapting, in giving that sense of continuity that you mentioned earlier about character across multiple projects, right?
I
Being
would
so
like
in
him to
touch.
exactly. I'd like to see him do a Deadpool movie, a Spider-Man Deadpool movie. Him or Sean Levy. I'm one of those weird people. I like Sean Levy. A lot of
I
people are
like
shitting
Sean
on him
Levy.
right now. Weirdly, people the internet's shitting on him. I don't know
Well,
why, but
people.
I would like to see either he makes clean. I've said this before. Clean, easy to follow action movies. I love to see him do Spider-Man 5 where it's Spider-Man and Deadpool. Like I want a Spider-Man Deadpool movie so badly. Tom Holland is down for it. Ryan Reynolds is showing up to the panel in his Jean Grey. I want it to happen. Like I just feel like if we could take the Punisher and make him work with Spider-Man, surely Deadpool has got to come next.
I would think.
Well, if
That's my
speaking, the Punisher debuted in a
Oh,
Spider-Man
wow, my
comic book, right?
soapbox.
Yeah.
Exactly, Alexander. Exactly.
Yeah.
I knew this was the show
No,
I like to come on.
I love the creators of these movies love the source material. If they do, I love it. I'm not
There's
Oh, I
gonna fight.
think I think that's clear.
there's shots there are frames that are ripped directly from. I mean, there's one that's literally Amazing Fantasy 15. Like the love that has gone into this.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna show up on the Average Intelligence podcast. I'm gonna be doing wow a lot. That's my prediction. That's my prediction right now. I'm calling it. On Sunday when I talk about it, it's gonna be me doing this a lot.
Yeah. I'm still cautiously optimistic, but I have faith because if I've learned anything about Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that I just got to go watch the movie. Because even when I quote unquote disliked Homecoming, I didn't hate it.
I
Yeah.
this it, look as long as he throws on the costume and spins some webs, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be happy
At the end of the day.
at the end of the
Every
day.
Michael Keaton in it, except the Flash, is worth watching.
Well, and even he was good in that movie. I
Yeah,
enjoyed him in it. It was Ezra Miller and literally everything else that I couldn't stand.
I want to watch Batgirl. I'd still watch Batgirl.
We'll see. Well, we won't see,
I'd
but
I'd watch it because of Brendan Fraser and
That's
oh
what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
Brendan Fraser's the
Dude,
bad guy. Michael Keaton. Come
dude,
on,
it's pirated somewhere, right?
maybe
I'm
one
pretty
day.
sure they did can it because of tax reasons. I don't buy the whole it was too woke for our tastes thing.
Oh,
I
it
think
was for sure tax reasons. Yeah.
for a financial reason.
Yeah.
I think what Warner Brothers is waiting on is to see how Coyote versus Acme does, and the notion of uncanceling these canceled movies becomes a financially popular idea. I think once that happens, and if they eventually put that Avatar movie in theaters, I think that it's sitting on a shelf somewhere waiting to be like released and marketed as the movie they didn't want you to see.
Yeah,
But this is the
yeah.
movie. Yeah, this is the movie they definitely wanted you to see, and you should go watch it at your local theater. But that
Gonna
is
make a
it
buttload
for.
of money.
Yeah, it's gonna make
Oh,
a shit ton of money.
go Spidey.
Go
Whip,
go
whip.
go Spider-Man. Go web
Go
go.
Spidey. Go Shazam.
Why?
Blah.
Up and away web.
All right. Well, everybody, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the Spur of the Moment Comcast, Spur of the Moment podcast. Go see Spider-Man:
Today's
Brand New
11.
Day, and I think we'll see you guys next week for D&D. I'm not sure, but we'll
Oh
figure
yeah,
it out.
I'm real stoked. I'm excited. I'm enjoying watching you guys do that as a spectator. I'm
Oh,
having a good time.
just wait because now I have a handle on who my character is, and I'm just
I'm excited to see some combat next week.
I draw my sword, put my hand on your shoulder, shove you toward the bad guys, and run away.
I roll, and he falls
Roll.
flat on his face.
It's going down.
Yeah. Well, try to do that and you fail.
You're right. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. See everybody next week for some.